It doesn't have to be perfect. But anyway, hi guys, John here again for me to share 7 initial passive income that you can actually start for today. And if you're new to this channel, I just want to give you a heads up. This channel is all about building your business, small business, income generating assets for us to be financially free and be the best version of ourselves. Anyway, you can share, like, and subscribe to this channel. Let's go ahead and check this out. So for our first side hustle, we have the buy, repair, and sell. Or technically buy and sell. I'm already doing it way back then, way back in college. I can't even remember some of my friends comes with me pag meron akong deal sa kung saan saan malugar. And you can earn a lot out of this. So since I'm doing it for a very long time, I already know a lot of people doing this, not just for a side hustle, but full-time. But still, some of the people underestimate the power of this buy and sell, the profitability of this buying and selling a business or side hustle kasi nga, they don't know how to do it. The thing in here is that you need to have a certain niche or certain item that you know to yourself on how to repair, how to clean, what's the brand, what's the material. I know some people nag-start sa vape. So, nag-start sa vape and then puro vape lang yung binabayan sa niya. And then, I also know some people nag-start sa bike and puro bike lang yung binabayan sa niya. He already knows how to get he already knows where are the suppliers, kung kanino siya contact, kung sino-sino yung mga taong kakausapin niya. And of course, since that we have the word repair and the buy, repair, and sell, you'll of course need to have that kind of knowledge and skill kung paano ayusin yung item na bibili mo. And good thing about here is that you will subconsciously create a certain network for some people. So, halimbawa, may nakadili ka ng sa Rizal, napagbilan mo ng camera, and then you can just call and text them sometimes na pag nakita mo may binibenta ulit, you can just talk to them again and you can haggle for a better price. So that's the good thing about buying and selling. Number 2 advantage that you can have another thing that you can have an advantage with dito sa pag-buy and sell is that you can go from places to places. So from north to south to east to west, whatever might that be. Dito ako nakapag-explore actually around Manila when I'm doing the buying and selling stuff. And mostly, since that we're having this pandemic, most of the time ang ginagamit natin platform sa pag-buy and sell is before is OLX nung nag-start pa lang ako nung college, but now it's mostly marketplace kasi sobrang lawak na talaga ng marketplace at kung ano-anong item mo pwede mo na makuha. Nag-start ako sa electric guitar and then I transferred over to laptops, camera, cell phones, at lahat ng pwede mong mabuy and sell. But mostly, ang binabuy and sell pa rin today, up until this day, is mostly instruments because yun yung alam ko, yun yung niche na sinasabi ko. And of course, what you need to do after you buy is to make a good photo out of it kung ipopost mo na siya sa marketplace kasi ay yung unang makikita ng tao dito sa side hustle na to. Anyway, for this buying and selling stuff, it can range around 8 to 10K sa akin, but it can go up based dun sa oras na i-gugulin mo para maghanap ng ibebenta at bibilin sa buying and sell stuff. Nakalimutan ko. And for our second side hustle is, of course, this is ESL teaching. So I've been doing the ESL teaching for approximately a year by now. So I already have a grasp on how to do things, how to check out, kung magkano ba yung sahod, kung ano ba yung mga dapat na gawin if you're going to be an ESL teacher. And a lot of people, freelancers, is already doing this because we all know it gives a good amount of money. It's not a lot, but it's a good and reasonable amount of money. So sa ESL, there's a lot of companies that you can try and check out. Pag sinearch mo yan sa YouTube, pag sinearch mo yan sa Google, there's already a lot of option that's gonna give you a company that might be suitable for you because mag-range yung salary rate niyan based on how good you are in speaking in English. But the current company that I'm currently with right now is Ingo. They're good. They have 2 different kind of lesson, which is the daily news and the free conversation. Daily news is just like read and repeat, and most of the students I have coming from this ESL platform is ranging from teenagers to professionals. And the second what do you call this? Second kind of lesson is a free conversation. Is yes, self-explanatory. Free conversation. You just need to talk to them because they wanted to talk in English in a natural way. And the range of the salary that I currently have right now with English and for ESL teaching, it can range from a good amount of 10 to 15k. Again, it's not a lot, but yeah, it's a reasonable amount of money. And for the third side hustle, guys, it's a no-brainer. I think everyone already knows this. You already heard of it. Virtual assistant or VA. I think you already have a friend of a friend, or kapamilya mo, or pinsan mo, kamag-anak mo that's doing this kind of side hustle because it's already very well known to everyone at this point. Good news is there's already a lot of websites that you can check out para mag-apply dito sa virtual assistant because the range of skills that might be required in order for you to become a virtual assistant is very wide. So, meron kang certain specific skill na kailangan ma-acquire in order for you to be a virtual assistant. But I guess the advice that I'll have in here is that you focus on one thing. If you're gonna be a content creator, writer, doon ka lang sa content writer. If you're gonna be a designer, then gonna be a designer. Because in that way, a lot of people, or a lot of customers or clients that you will have is gonna know you in that particular expertise. Kasi yun ang number one thing, or number one na skill na kailangan if you're going to be a virtual assistant. And yep, you can do this any time of the day, ranging from 3 to 4 hours every day. And I have a friend who is earning around 18 to 20, 22 to 23k a month just doing this job. And the good thing about this virtual assistant is that there's no specific time for you to do the job. As long as you accomplish the task that was given to you by the client, then you're good to go. And for the fourth one is to become a voice. There's a lot of dog outside. Voice over artist. So in order for you, of course, to have this kind of side hustle is that you need to have a lot of skills in speaking and a kind of skill that's very near to talent because the number one thing that you'll be doing here is voice over acting. So you can have a corporate project, you can be a narrator, you can be a radio DJ, you can have an accent play, and if you're just having a good speaking voice in order for you to become a good voice over acting. And the range of the salary that you can have in here for a beginner, based from what I've heard, is from 1 to 10k, and for the intermediate is 5 to 20k, and for the professional, per seconds or per word, it can range from 10 to 50k. So this is a really interesting platform to be in. And of course, for our fifth side hustle is video editing. I think a lot of students already have an experience in video editing, especially in presentations, reports, defense. Kailangan mo talaga ng video editing skill. So skill in video editing is not a question anymore, given the fact that there's a lot of videos online that you can watch in order for you to gain this skill. Now the challenge is on how are you going to market your video editing skill. So if you're going to ask me personally, what you can do is to do it for free. Let's just say for a month or two. Kasi ang kailangan mong gawin dito is to build a profile that you're already good in making videos or editing videos. So para dun sa mga content creators na hindi sila ganun kagaling talaga mag-video editing, kukuhain ka nila if you already have an actual experience. And in order for you to get an experience, not to do it for free, but that's the best way for you to get an experience in video editing. So after you already have that skill, you build yourself, you show yourself, you sell yourself to this video or content creators, then you can already have some clients in video editing. But the caveat in here is that you need to have a good processing computer, just like a laptop or desktop, of course. I think it should start from an i5 processor plus video or GPU that's going to be required for you for the video editing process para makabuo ka ng medyo maganda-ganda klase ng animation or klase ng edit sa pagpe-present ng dito sa ganitong klaseng side hustle. Okay, and for the sixth side hustle that we got in here is the side hustle called the middleman. So I guess this is the first time that you ever heard this kind of side hustle, becoming a middleman, because yes, it's really not that very popular to have this kind of job or side hustle, because there's only a few people doing this kind of middleman thing. So the job is middleman, or we can also say, let's just transpose that to a supplier hunter. So basically, ang ginagawa nito is looking for best supplier, best price, best quality of materials that you can have for a certain product. So for example, I'm going to create my own business, clothing business or apparel or shoes kind of business, and I don't know where to go. I'd rather spend amount of money to a middleman, to this kind of side hustler, to look for the best of the best supplier on how to best of the best supplier, best of the best people that I can talk to in order for me to have my business running in the right way. So it pays to know people. Number one thing that you need to have in this kind of side hustling is that you know a lot of connection. You have a network of people, you have a connection, you're a sales talker, you know how to talk to people in a certain way in order for you to get the best price and the things that they're selling. Okay? It can save your time, it can add value to your business, and of course, last but not the least, how can we forget this side hustling thing? Is the content creating. Just like what I'm currently doing right now, but as we all know, this is kind of long shot side hustle because there's no guarantee that you can earn or you're going to earn out of the video that you're making on YouTube. And it's not only YouTube, you can do it on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. So there's a lot of platforms that you can do this content creating. And I think I don't, again, need to explain myself. On the other side naman, if it worked, I don't need to explain on how much can you earn in this YouTubing. But just for you to have a glimpse on what you actually need to do for your channel to be monetized, you need to have 1,000 subscribers. That's already a check. I already have 1,000 subscribers. Thank God. And the most challenging part in here is that you need to have a 4,000 hour watch. You need to have a 4,000 watch hour. So if you're the kind of person who enjoy videoing themselves or making a video, recording yourself, something like that kind of thing, which I am, a lot of my classmates in college knows that I really like, I love, I'm really not that sure it's just my thing to record what's happening around, especially when there's a celebration, birthdays, when we go to a certain event. I'm gonna be that guy who's video a thing that's happening on it. So if you enjoy it, if you love it, there's no guarantee that you can earn out of it. But if you do, this is a kind of game changer kind of salary that you can have out of it. So it's challenging, yes, but if you like it, love it, give it a shot. Just like what I'm currently doing right now. And this is the last kind of side hustle that we have in here. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching those 7 side hustles that I've just shared with you. If in case that you wanted to add something, if you wanted to ask something out of those 7 side hustles, feel free to put it into the comment below and then I can reply to you anytime of the day. Have a good day and stay safe. Goodbye.